It is widely expected that this will be the last visit from President Biden to Europe while he is in office. He used this occasion to talk not just with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, but also French President Emmanuel Macron and UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, both of the leaders flying here to the German capital to join those discussions. For President Biden and the other leaders, Ukraine was high on the agenda. We know many European capitals are watching the US election quite nervously, particularly around rhetoric that Washington could withdraw some of its funding and support for Ukraine if there is a change in the White House. Well, seeming to try and allay some of those concerns, President Biden pointed to his record of what he has done for Ukraine, and he said for his remaining months in office, that support will continue. Let's have a listen.
Germany and the United States have stood together to support the brave people of Ukraine in their fight for freedom, for democracy, for their very survival.
And while the US is the biggest backer and provider of military support for Ukraine, Germany is the second. And so the two capitals have worked very closely on Ukraine policy over recent years. For Chancellor Scholz, he heaped praise on President Biden. He said the 3 years that they had worked together was built on trust, and he said it was trust that he certainly did not take for granted as a leader. He even said, in his view, that because of President Biden's leadership, Russian President Vladimir Putin was unsuccessful with his military goals in Ukraine. We know, of course, that more broadly, the other big issue being discussed is the situation in the Middle East. Many of these leaders continuing to call for calm amid concerns that the Middle East could be on the brink of even a wider war. Trent Murray, CGTN, Berlin.